what is up? Welcome back to another video. I'm very excited about today's video because we are going to be talking all things Byoma. Now, Byoma is a brand new skincare brand. It's just released in the UK on Cult Beauty, and I saw that they've just launched it in Target in the US as well. The thing that is so eye-catching and appealing about Byoma, I mean, we'll talk about packaging in a second, but it's the price point. This is giving me kind of the Inky List Ordinary vibes. The prices are kind of between £9.99 to £12.99, so like £10 to £13. I picked up 4 products, which I'm gonna be speaking about today. So we've got the Creamy Jelly Cleanser, we have got the Balancing Face Mist, the Moisturising Gel Cream, and also the Brightening Serum. Now, I've been using these consistently since I've got them, and I've definitely formed some firm opinions on them. So without further ado, let's just jump into this review and talk about all things Byoma. So the first thing to know about Byoma, which I think is like their main selling point, is it's all about strengthening up the skin barrier. That's like what their main focus is and what all their marketing is around. So you'll see a lot of ingredients like ceramides and things like that inside their formulas. I just have to touch on the packaging. I absolutely love it. I think it's so fun. I love the colours. I really like the feel of the products as well. It reminds me a bit of like Drunk Elephant, that kind of vibes. I think my only negative to say on the packaging is it is a little bit frustrating when you can't see how much product you've got left. So I know like when you're pumping up the moisturiser, you're not going to know when that last pump is going to be. Now, when looking into the ingredients and the claims that Byoma is making, something that I kind of see was written under all the products was everything is dermatologist tested and approved, oil-free, non-comedogenic, alcohol and fragrance-free, which I think is important because I know a lot of people are always looking for fragrance-free skincare, and then they're also vegan and cruelty-free. I do actually just have one little comment on this around the oil-free, non-comedogenic side. So yes, a lot of their products, the ingredients just look amazing, which is why, you know, I was very excited about it, especially with, you know, being very acne conscious. But I would just say their moisturiser, their richer one, so they've got one called the Moisturising Rich Cream. This does contain some ingredients like shea butter, and it does have in the ingredients that it has olive fruit oil. So I don't know if that's a mistake on like Cult Beauty's website, but to me that isn't non-comedogenic and oil-free. So I just want to like point that out. But anyway, let's talk about these products individually. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the cleanser. Of course, this is not the full size. This is a sample that I got when I bought my other products, but I've still been using it, so I'm going to include it in today's review. I have really enjoyed this. I definitely would consider buying the full size of this. It is £9.99, super inexpensive, like with all the products. It's really gentle. So this is like a gel consistency, which when you add water, it does go to a light lather. And yeah, it's just super gentle on the skin. It didn't strip my skin. It didn't leave my skin feeling uncomfortable when I removed it. And I just think it's a very good, gentle basic cleanser. This is the only cleanser that they've brought out with so far. I would say this to me is like a second cleanse, or it'd be a really good option as maybe like a post-gym cleanse. In my opinion, this is not enough to remove makeup, so I wouldn't rely on this solely as like your only cleanser. In terms of highlighted ingredients, you've got their key kind of focus here, which is this ceramide complex, which runs through a lot of their products. Ceramides are really good for the skin barrier. They're actually what basically help to tighten and strengthen the barrier, and when ceramides are depleted, that is what makes that barrier weakened, and that can cause, you know, things to irritate the skin more easily. It can also cause more water loss in the skin, so people find their skin goes more dehydrated, or even just get, like, discomfort and having, like, for example, if you've got eczema, you'll know that if you get that transepidermal water loss, that can cause like itching and discomfort in the skin. So yeah, ceramides are really important for strengthening up that skin barrier, so that is included. And then you've got things like licorice root and green tea, which they are saying is in there for antioxidants for the skin. So yeah, that's really my overall thoughts on the cleanser. Really good, really gentle, and I definitely think it's worth giving it a go. Okay, moving on and keeping in with the order of your skincare routine, I'm going to talk about the Balancing Face Mist. I'm going to be completely honest from the start with this one. I don't like this. I think this is the one product which is a bit of a miss from the brand, and let me tell you why. Firstly, let's talk about the actual mechanics of the spray. Mist, debatable. I don't know if you can see this. Like, it is fine, Do you know what, when you spray it in the air, it looks like a little bit finer, but when you put this on the skin, I feel like I need quite a few sprays to like properly get all of my skin. So I feel like I waste a lot of product, and yeah, it feels more like a squirt than a mist in a way. I do, you know, sometimes if I have that issue with sprays, I'll put them in my hand and then tap them into the skin, but the thing is, like, that isn't even really worth it for me with this product. Some things that I just have to point out with this: one, I don't like the smell. I know it's fragrance free, but I have this issue with the balancing face mist, and I have the same issue actually with the moisturiser, but I like this one, so I'll talk about that in a second. The smell of these two, it reminds me of like something you would get from a pharmacy, like a little bit like hydrocortisone cream. If you've ever had that, and like if you've ever had eczema, like that kind of smell is what this gives me. So I really don't enjoy the sensory experience of this product. Now, in terms of ingredients, you have got that ceramide complex in there helping with the skin barrier. You've also got probiotics, which are very good for our skin. We talk about the microbiome a lot with our gut, but we do have microbiomes in our skin and loads of other different places in our body. So yeah, really love the added probiotics in this. And then you've also got allotonin. To be honest with you, I'm not actually 100% sure what allotonin does on the skin, so I'll pop on the screen right now what apparently that does. So yeah, although the ingredients sound great and it sounds like they're, you know, going to be doing good things for my skin, if I'm going to be honest, I just haven't really seen any kind of difference in my skin using this, and it hasn't really been a product which I think is like a joy to use. And I just think for that reason, there's so many other toners that I have which I really enjoy. Like, I'm such a toner and essence girl, and with this one as well, even with the formula, like it is just really fine like water, and I prefer toners and essence which have a tiny bit more weight in them, that, you know, when you apply them on the skin, like if you're going to press it in, like they still, I don't know, they kind of have a smoothness about them. This one is literally like putting water on and then it dries like really quickly. So yeah, for me, unfortunately, this one was a miss. Right, moving on, we're going to go on to the brightening serum. So I went for the brightening serum over the hydrating serum because when I looked in the ingredients of this brightening serum, it still does have hyaluronic acid in, so I kind of feel like you're getting a little bit of everything. The first thing to know about the brightening serum is that one of the key ingredients is niacinamide. So some people's skin can be really hit and miss with niacinamide. So yeah, if you know that your skin doesn't react well with it, then maybe you might be better to go for the hydrating serum that they do, which doesn't have any niacinamide in it. Anyway, my skin loves niacinamide, so yeah, this was an absolute must for me to pick up. Yeah, I've really been enjoying this. It has no smell at all. I don't have any issue with the scent of this. It's just a very good, does the job kind of serum. I would say it's not crazy hydrating. Like, when I use this product, I do still like want to layer like a hydrating serum underneath it, so I'll put hydrating serum on and then I'll put this one on. I must say, the days that I've used this, I have noticed my skin has had a nice glow to it, to the point where, you know, when you catch yourself in the mirror and you're like, oh, my skin looks good today, and this was something that I was using that day. So I do think it is doing bits for my skin. Maybe in the future I'll do like another update when I've used this for, you know, a longer period of time. Ingredients wise, you've also got that ceramide complex in there, so again, supporting that skin barrier, which is fantastic. One thing I do find with it though is it does dry down quite quickly, so I do feel like I have to work a bit quicker when I'm doing my skincare when I'm using this, just because it's a personal preference. Like, when I put my moisturiser on, I like my skin not to be damp, but I like it to still have a little bit of slip there from my serum, because I feel like everything just applies so much nicer. I don't like putting like moisturisers onto my skin when it's like really dry and it's kind of a bit, you know, I don't know, like you get a little bit more tug, if that makes sense. So yeah, I just like my skincare to kind of slip and layer on really lovely. So yeah, that's just my only little thing to add, but that's a personal preference. The price point, I think it's $12.99. I think it's definitely worth a go, particularly if you are wanting to try a bit of niacinamide in your routine. I think this is a really nice one to start with. Okay, and then lastly, we have got the moisturising gel cream. I think out of all of the products, this was the one that I was most excited to try, particularly coming from an acne prone skin. I always find moisturisers are a tricky ground to find ones that really suit your skin well. So firstly, from an ingredients perspective, I was sold when I saw the ingredients list. Like, it is oil free, it is non-comedogenic for sure, like no pore cloggers in there, and I think, yeah, just before I even tried it, I looked at it and I thought, oh, this looks like a good option for an acne prone skin. Now that I've actually got it in my hands and I've been putting it into my routine, I can now also confirm this has been fantastic on my skin. I definitely think this is good for any of you guys who are more acne prone and you're looking for a moisturiser which is a bit more inexpensive. So this moisturiser is £11.99, so £12. So yeah, really inexpensive, and yeah, I definitely think it's a fantastic budget option. In terms of any cons with this, one is the smell, as I mentioned earlier. Same issue I had with the spray. It just gives me like pharmacy cream vibes. I really just don't enjoy the smell of this. It's something though that, because the product does work so well on like a blemish prone skin and it's working well on my skin, it's something that I can push past, because particularly if I apply my SPF on top, I then don't smell it. Like, you don't smell it during the day, it's more only like when you apply it directly to the skin. So it's something that I can definitely get over, but yeah, that's just something worth mentioning. And then the only other thing, if I could just improve this slightly, would be like, I'd just love to have a little bit more hydration from it. Like, I feel like it does hydrate the skin really well, but it's so borderline. Like, I think this moisturiser is for anyone who is very oily skin combination. If you have more normal to dry skin, I don't think this is going to be enough for you. Like, I think you're going to put this on and you're going to be like, my skin feels like it needs more. In terms of the finish that it leaves on the skin, it's not greasy at all. So again, for like my oily combination people watching, this is not going to give you that film on the skin. It's not going to give you that like overly shiny glow. It really sinks into the skin very, very well. Really good under makeup as well. I think it's a really good base for anything like that. And also, just to throw in, if you have got more of a dry skin type and this isn't suitable, they do have another moisturiser, which is their moisturising rich cream, which has more heavier ingredients like the shea butter and olive fruit oil and things like that. So yeah, that is better for a dry skin, although I would be a little bit hesitant for a dry acne prone skin to use that, because some people will find shea butter and things on acne prone skin can be a little bit too rich. And I forgot to say, in terms of ingredients, of course you've got that ceramide complex again, which runs through literally everything. And this does also contain niacinamide. So again, if you're someone who maybe your skin doesn't respond well with niacinamide, then this won't be the one for you. But if you know your skin likes a bit of niacinamide, then this would be great. And it's also got green tea in there for those antioxidants as well. Okay, so there we go. That is my review so far on Byoma skincare. I'm definitely intrigued to try out some of the other ones, like the hydrating serum and the clarifying serum as well. I will give the moisturiser, like the rich one, a miss. That is definitely not for my skin. I would love to hear your thoughts if you've tried this yourself down below, and I think it'd be really helpful for anyone else watching this video to see everyone else's reviews of these products down below, so please do leave them there. If there's any other products you would love to see me review, please do let me know, and if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to the channel and also click that notification bell as well. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.